The ceasefire's over, folks. Trump got his little photo op. He got his little good press, pretending to temporarily halt the war. But Israel military launched a large-scale bombing campaign on the Gaza Strip early Tuesday, breaking the fragile ceasefire with Hamas that has been in place since late January. At least 404 people have been killed, with 562 people injured. The ethnic cleansing, the genocide continuing. It was only a very temporary pause. Breaking Israeli attacks have resumed, killing several Palestinians after unilaterally announcing the end of the ceasefire in Gaza. We all knew it was just a political ploy. We all knew it wasn't meant to last. They always break their ceasefire. As Emma Vigilante says, little dead babies in Gaza, they keep coming on the feed. Trump got his temporary ceasefire PR victory for the inauguration, but now it's back to regularly scheduled programming. Congratulations to Miriam Adelson, who bought the continuation of the Holocaust for $100 million. Yep, the world's billionaires, the world's rich, unlimited money to buy murder of children, to buy genocide, to rule us. And until the system collapses, there's nothing we can do about it, folks, until the revolution happens. And folks, did you know that Jesus was a Palestinian? Americans who think vandalism is terrorism, yep. Palestinians, they don't give a shit. They care about the cars more than they care about the fucking humans, these Christians. The worst among us. And big ups to Ireland, who did a little passive resistance, I guess you would say. This on a golf course in Ireland today. Free, free Palestine! Yep. Orange Hitler. Gonna genocide the Palestinian people even further and steal their land. And nobody loves jizzing over Israel more than U.S. ogre and terrorist Senator John Fetterman. Answer, Hamas does not want peace. I unapologetically, 100% stand with Israel. Yeah, no shit. We know who you work for, Fetterman. It ain't us. And demand the release of all remaining hostages. Just evil personified, folks. The Democrats are not going to save you. I promise you that. Meanwhile, green card holder Mahmoud Khalil, who was deported from the United States for daring to speak out against child murder and genocide, because that's who we are now, speaks out for the first time since his arrest. He put out this letter. Letter from Palestinian political prisoner in Louisiana, dictated over the phone. My name is Mahmoud Khalil, and I am a political prisoner. I am writing to you to inform to you from a detention facility in Louisiana, where I wake to cold mornings and spend long days bearing witness to the quiet injustices underway against a great many people precluded from the protections of the law. Who has the right to have rights? It is certainly not the humans crowded into the cells here. It is the Senegalese man I met, who has been deprived of his liberty for a year, his legal situation in limbo, and his family an ocean away. It isn't the 21-year-old detainee I met who stepped foot in this country at age 9, only to be deported without so much as a hearing. Justice escapes the contours of this nation's immigration facilities. On March 8th, I was taken by DHS agents who refused to provide a warrant and accosted my wife and me as we returned from dinner. By now, the footage of that night has been made public. Before I knew what was happening, agents handcuffed and forced me into an unmarked car. At that moment, my only concern was for Noor's safety. I had no idea if she would be taken too, since the agents had threatened to arrest her for not leaving my side. DHS would not tell me anything for hours. I did not know the cause of my arrest or if I was facing immediate deportation. At 26 Farrell Plaza, I slept on the cold floor. In the early morning hours, agents transported me to another facility in Elizabeth, New Jersey. There I slept on the ground and was refused a blanket despite my request. They're torturing this guy, a green card holder, for speaking out against child murder, y'all. My arrest was a direct consequence of exercising my right to free speech as I advocated for a free Palestine and an end to the genocide in Gaza, which resumed in full force Monday night. With January ceasefire now broken, parents in Gaza are once again cradling two small shrouds, and families are forced to wage starvation and displacement against bombs. It is our moral imperative to persist in the struggle for their complete freedom. Anyway, I'm going to not read the whole thing. It's 5 pages of this guy begging for fucking help as they torture this political prisoner for daring to use his free speech to try to save children's lives. And This Week Tonight had a pretty good section on it. Hopefully, I will not get copyrighted for sharing this, but this was such a great and powerful section from John Oliver. I just wanted to share this 3 minutes about this horrible situation.
Mike Johnson was asked what specific crime Khalil committed. This was his response.
If you are on a student visa and you're in America and you're an aspiring young terrorist who wants to prey upon your Jewish classmates, you're going home. We're going to arrest your tail and we're going to send you home where you belong.
Okay, first, he's not on a student visa anymore. He has a green card.
Yep.
Second, aspiring young terrorist would be a great band name, but it's a pretty awful thing to call someone who engaged in protected protest. And finally, if you're going to do something this offensive, don't get cute about it. Just say, we're going to arrest your ass like a fucking adult.
Yeah, but he's too much of a fucking pussy. He's okay with disappearing people to rape camps, but he can't say the fucking word ass. These are the people we goddamn dealing with here. I'm going to call this kid a terrorist. This green card holder a terrorist simply for trying to fight for the rights of the Palestinian people, y'all. It has to collapse.
And it's not just Johnson making big claims about Khalil without support. The Department of Homeland Security, for instance, claimed he led activities aligned to Hamas. But when a DHS official was asked to back up that assertion by NPR, he had shockingly little in response.
Yep.
So how did he support Hamas? Exactly what did he do?
Well, I think you can see it on TV, right? It's this is somebody that we've invited and allowed the student to come into the country, and he's put himself in the middle of the process of basically pro-Palestinian activity.
Yeah, pro-Palestinian activity, baby. He's admitting it right there. He's not a terrorist. I have no evidence he supported Hamas. Literally supporting Palestine is enough to get you thrown out of the country. It's enough to get us to erase your free speech, to make you a political prisoner, to torture you.
Okay, first, when the question is about providing support for Hamas and the answer is pro-Palestinian activity, you are already telling on yourself.
Yep.
And it is not great when your best evidence is, I think you can see it on TV, right? That's the same level of detail my parents would give to the question, what does John do for work? I mean, you can...
So good section by Oliver. Let's continue on. Let's skip over a little bit.
The vibes are off. Protesting in and of itself is not a crime, even if it makes people uncomfortable. Kind of like that DHS guy's official portrait.
I mean, it's not supposed to be, but this is the new America. Protesting is now going to be made illegal. Might have to get sent to the rape camps, protesters.
Crime, but uncomfortable, right? I don't like it, but it's not illegal. Now, to her credit, that host repeatedly tried to get more specifics from him, but without much success.
So what is the standard? Is any criticism of the Israeli government a deportable offense?
Like I said, I think that at this point, when he was entered into the country on a student visa, at any point we can go through and evaluate what his status is, and the Secretary of State
is any criticism of the United States government a deportable offense? Is protesting a deportable offense?
Like I said, you're focused on protesting. I'm focused on this visa process. He went through a legal process, came into the country.
Are you saying that he lied on his application? He's a lawful permanent resident married to an American citizen.
I think if he would have declared he's a terrorist, we would have never let him in.
Okay. Literally anybody who wants the children to stop being murdered, anybody who thinks the Zionist terrorist regime of Israel is a terrorist organization is themselves a terrorist, y'all. And this new government.
Okay, I know that if he just told us he was a terrorist might sound like a joke, but anyone who's actually been through the...
So crazy. Hey, congratulations, MAGA. You got what you wanted. Is this what you wanted? I guess it is. I guess this is the country you guys wanted. No more free speech. Disappeared to rape camps. I guess that's what you guys wanted. I'm so owned. You owned me. You did it. You destroyed the country. America died. You killed it. But at least we're fucking owned. So good on you. And yes, Israel massacred 400 Palestinian people last night. So, of course, Chuck Schumer goes on The View to blame the left for anti-Semitism.
It was really never that bad until 2017. And until October 7th last year. Yeah. And all of a sudden,
when the Jews were attacked by
Hamas initially in the brutal...
Got to spread that narrative. Got to spread that pro-Zionist, pro-genocide propaganda.
The little small bees did the evil. You just sitting there minding their own business. They never did anything to anybody, and then the evil world just attacked them for nothing. Why does everybody always hate Israel? They never hurt nobody. What's going on? Everybody just hates us because we're Jews.
Women raped and the little babies' heads chopped off.
Literally. This is the guy who's the most powerful man in the Democratic Party right now, spreading a lie that he knows has been debunked, a lie he knows is not true, in order to justify the eradication, the genocide of the Palestinian people and their ethnic cleansing. The Democrats, folks, both sides, lockstep to make sure you cannot protest, you cannot speak out.
All of that brutally. And all of a sudden, anti-Semitism developed. It was really never that bad.
What? Oh, out of nowhere. Why did this happen? Yes. At least, though, we got to watch him on MSNBC do the humiliation tour and watch all his fellow Democrats in Congress shit all over him for his amazing cowardice and caving to Trump's spending bill.
Look, Chuck and I disagreed as it relates to the approach and outcome.
I think there is a deep sense of outrage and betrayal. And this is not just about progressive Democrats. This is across the board, the entire party.
I still support Senator Schumer as leader, but I think the only way that we are going to be effective as a caucus is if we change our tactics.
I would have liked to see, when Chuck Schumer had leverage here, to say we need A, B, C, and D for the Democratic Party and force the Republicans to meet him halfway on those issues.
I myself don't give away anything for nothing. And I think that's what happened the other day.
They said, okay, he said leverage, I think it was the government.
Yeah, you're a coward. They're all speaking out against you. You fucking worthless prick. But they're all worthless, I guess. Fuck the Democrats. And then, this is how politics works in this country now. A guy from Malaysia who's never stepped foot in America gets paid by the world's richest man to shit on Palestinians in defense of America, a country he's never entered, has no relationship to. What does she contribute to America? Yeah, hey, what do you contribute to America? You Malaysian disinfo agent. Disgusting pal of goo. Unfuckable. I am Miles Chong. And I'll finish on this one, folks. There is no flag large enough to cover the shame of killing innocent people. Nothing will ever cover it, y'all. No forgiveness should be given to us. We are a worthless society of criminals, of terrorists. Not all of us, but we all allow this system to happen where 22% of the people can destroy our whole fucking country, genocide people, get away with it, and it's both fucking parties. So, death to America! Fuck this place, and that is My Free Palestine in Minecraft, death to America in Minecraft. And I actually say this as a patriot. I want a country, a strong America, a loving, a peaceful America, a place that honors what America was supposed to be, a melting pot where the best among us from all over the world can come and live in harmony, where we don't disappear people to rape camps, where you still have First Amendment free speech rights. I want that America. I actually love what America was supposed to be, but this ain't fucking it. This version of America has to die, folks. It has to. Every empire eventually collapses, and it's time.